Workplane editing has been improved in two significant ways. Firstly, the effects of an edit to a workplane are now immediately apparent, and secondly, the new ability to create multiple transformations from a workplane is now possible. When we look at how this was previously done in PowerMILL 2011, we can see on this model there are 3 pockets. I know these 3 pockets are equally spaced, and I'll show how this used to be done. We'll go into workplanes, we'll create a workplane and align it to the geometry, position it in the pocket. Using the workplane editor, I'll rotate this to the correct position and click accept. Now from here, to create the workplane for the other 2 pockets, I either repeated this process for each individual pocket, or if I wanted to rotate the original, this was how this would have been done. Workplane, workplane editor, kept the original. I would then have gone in and rotated the workplane about a point, entered in the angle, and accepted. Then I'd have had to have done it again to create the 3rd pocket. Workplane editor, kept the original, rotate the workplane about a point, enter in the angle, press return, and then accept the changes. We can see now all 3 workplanes have been positioned. By going now over to PowerMILL 2012, we can see how this new functionality has been improved. In PowerMILL 2012, I'll create the workplane exactly the same as I did previously. Using the workplane editor, I'll rotate it to the correct orientation and accept, the same as before. But this is where it gets different. I now select the workplane but use the transform option, and the new toolbar appears. When we see this new toolbar, the first option is move the workplane, rotate workplanes. The new option to mirror a workplane has now been included, and the 4th option is the multiple transformation. For here, I will select multiple transformation. I can do them as rectangular or circular. Now, the options to enter here are the total number required. As we can see, the default's been 6, so it gives me 6. I need 3. I'll click those, and we can immediately see where these workplanes will be before we accept the changes. This is new functionality to help the user. I can now accept that. I'll accept these changes, turn them on, and the workplanes have been created. An additional improvement to workplane editing is the ability to mirror a workplane. This is accessed by using the transform area again. We can now select the icon mirror workplanes, and within here we can mirror about the 3 axes. We can mirror about a user defined line, and we also have the additional option to reposition our move origin. So here, with mirror in a user defined line, this will mirror the position of the axes. So by using one click, we'll select the first point, then we'll drag across to our second positional point. Here we can see that we're being informed by PowerMILL, is this where we want to position the new workplane mirrored about this line? If it is, I can say I've finished mirroring now and click accept. I can turn this workplane on and see this has been done easily. We will now investigate how we can do our multiple transformations. By using the workplane I've just created, we can go into transform, and within the multiple transform menu we can do this interactively for the spacings between each workplane. and see it on the screen, or we can enter in a set value. When we come to choosing the numbers, we can use how many we want to do. Just type it in. We can make this a hollow box, so we just see the periphery. Again, when we go into the circular motions, extra tab, we can specify the angle or the exact number of rotations about the origin point.